Thank you, Praveenji. Good morning, everyone. I think I agree with what Mr. Mukundan said. Full credit to Praveenji's perseverance in encouraging me and nudging me and pushing me to speak at this event. It's truly a privilege to be here, to be speaking on this panel with such esteemed dignitaries, including Professor G.D. Yadav, Professor Pandit, Mr. Mukundan, Rahul, Maulik. So thank you once again for having me here. The theme of this conference, I think couldn't have been more appropriate in the context of the current global macroeconomic trends and the geopolitical situation. Innovation, self-reliance, and sustainability. These really are themes that are of relevance today and also are interweaved with each other. As you may be aware, that 2023 marks the beginning of Amrit Kal, which started on a rather positive note with India's G20 presidency. This presidency comes with several benefits for India. It will provide India with an opportunity to enhance its global profile, influence policy decisions with the strong group of 20 nations, and foster better collaboration. For the chemicals industry, a fruitful G20 would mean technology sharing in advanced materials, green chemistry, including green hydrogen, climate science, and global partnership towards next-gen chemical products. The Indian chemical industry, as we all know, is the backbone of virtually all other end-use segments and has touch points with everything we see, feel, or consume. It is a basic building block for most end-use applications and has long been one of the key sectors providing investment opportunities with excellent export prospects as well. As we know, currently the industry is valued at approximately $220 billion US dollars and is growing at over 10% CAGR. We are the 6th largest chemicals manufacturer in the world with roughly 80,000 products across various segments. This growth trajectory is expected to continue in light of the recent strong capex cycle across various segments of the industry. We expect the industry to sustain this positive growth momentum in the coming years as well. The fundamentals of this growth story are built upon 5 strategic pillars, enabling self-reliance, which is one of the key themes we're talking of today. The first pillar is a strong domestic demand supported by an aspirational middle class. This will drive growth in sectors like plastics, water treatment chemicals, and building and construction chemicals. The second pillar is import substitution, as a huge demand-supply gap is currently being met through imports, leaving a large pool of value across the value chain. Third pillar is, of course, cost competitiveness, and exports of chemicals and related products account for about 5.4% of India's total exports, driven by low cost of production, skilled manpower, and a strong IPR ecosystem. Our strong technical capabilities, which again the previous speakers have touched on, in process chemistry have helped in delivering high-value molecules, forming the fourth critical pillar. And the fifth and possibly the most important pillar is policy support. And I'm sure that initiatives like Make in India, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, and Atmanirbhar Bharat will further boost demand for homegrown products. Now it's really up to us to rise to the occasion and ensure that we tap new markets as well as ramp up indigenous production. Building on the growth, sustainability is a critical requirement for our industry and will remain so in the times to come. Sustainability and climate change are not just buzzwords anymore, and all major economies have started really acting on these with defined goals and a focused approach. As you are aware, the Honorable PM has a vision to achieve net zero emissions by 2070 and has committed to achieve 500 gigawatts of renewable energy by 2030. The government is tirelessly working to achieve these targets in a timely manner, and the chemicals industry has a significant role to play in this endeavor. The growth of the chemicals sector in India will also create challenges in terms of carbon footprint and climate change. Therefore, it's imperative upon industry to commit on initiatives towards solid waste management, green feedstock, and carbon footprint mitigation across manufacturing processes to convert these challenges into opportunities. Further, sustainability should also bring the whole circularity angle into focus. For instance, cradle-to-cradle certification is a global system of scoring companies for their commitment to the circular economy and can be at the core of our manufacturing. We need to go beyond product life cycle and explore how products can be used beyond their standard usable life. Green PET bottles are one such example, which begins with green raw materials and are then recycled and reused. I do believe that science and sustainability can go hand in hand. Focus on climate science by making greener refrigerants, greener and safer chemicals for water treatment, reusable membranes for air purifiers are such examples where a symbiotic relationship between the two can be seen. Even at our chemicals complex, we have launched various sustainability initiatives, including adding value to solid waste, enhancing water conservation programs, increasing the share of biomass, and adding renewable power. I would encourage everyone to look at the responsible care certification because this will enhance safety and further be in sync with nature. Additionally, I would say sustainability is not limited to only operational metrics, but also includes adhering to human rights, welfare for all, promoting fair trade practices, and including an inclusive work culture, and so on. So organizations will need to blend CSR with sustainability and ensure that life and livelihood of key stakeholders are not just protected, but elevated. This leads to our impetus towards future, and a sustainable future is built upon continuous innovation, as I think Rahul has pointed out very well. I believe that true growth in the chemical sector can only be unlocked by investing in research, development, and innovation. And this will require a calibrated approach with initiatives such as setting up regional R&D centers in collaboration with industry, academia, and government, focusing on green chemicals, creating an investment climate to support sunrise sectors such as advanced battery materials, electronic chemicals, and partnering with end-use industries such as automobiles, electronics, and energy OEMs. Further, there should be a mechanism to attract young talent to the chemicals industry. The scale at which we need this talent and the speed at which this talent is coming into the industry, there may be a slight gap. So how can we build this bridge to get more high potential people into the industry through institutions such as IIT, ICT, and many more? To build on these growth opportunities, the industry needs proactive support of policymakers. The Indian chemical industry has the capability to become a global manufacturing hub, and we are happy to note the government and industry are aligned on this agenda. In recent interactions with officials from the Department of Chemicals, we understand that the department is developing a roadmap for creating chemical parks with plug-and-play infrastructure. This will definitely help in boosting chemicals manufacturing, and such parks have proven to be feasible in many Western countries. Further concentrated efforts in areas such as incentivizing manufacturing through PLI and ensuring feedstock security at competitive prices will make our industry competitive and sustainable in the long run. As we all know, the industry today is at the cusp of becoming a dominant global industry. There is no doubt that the future looks promising. I am sure that with a stable and favorable policy regime from the government, and with our aggressive focus on EHS and R&D, India will continue to grow and become a safe, sustainable, and advanced chemical manufacturing hub. I urge all our industry colleagues that we must aspire to go ahead of the curve so that we comply and exceed the norms set by the regulatory environment. We have to take it to our boardrooms and see its adoption on our business plans with clear timelines. Let us all work together to make our industry the cornerstone of sustainability and innovation and make India truly self-reliant in this sector. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate and compliment Indian Chemical News and Praveen ji for organizing this summit and thank the organizers for inviting me to share my thoughts. Thank you once again, and I look forward to hearing from the other dignitaries. Thank you.